Hello everybody and welcome back. Tonight we go to Sherwood Forest, and this is one of the first accounts I took when I joined the early British Bigfoot research team with Adam Bird. Back then the accounts were so rare we had hardly any coming, and they were very few and far between. And it just showed just how far things have moved in the last 6 years alone. Now it seems as if we don't go a week without a new account coming in. This account came from a lady called Kerry P. And she said, I wish to report something that I saw when I was driving close to Nottingham a few nights ago. I know you don't have Sherwood Forest on your web page. I didn't know who else to contact. There isn't anyone else I feel I can speak to or who would believe me. I'm a normal everyday working woman and I travel this road often. And I saw something that I cannot quite believe. I was heading home from Cockney from work and I was driving along the Worksop Road. And it was still light, it was about 4:50 p.m. and I saw two figures stood to the side of the road as you drive through the forest. They were stood just within the trees. I'm going to be honest and say their appearance really scared me. They were really naked and looked like cavemen of some kind. The big one stood out. It was about 6.5 foot tall and clearly a male. I could see his sexual parts. This male was covered in hair, which was brown in colour, and it had no clothing on it at all. And they had something strange about their appearance. They had weird-shaped heads, like a deformed skull, very apish, almost like a chimp. But the face looked human too, very man-like. The other was much shorter, only about 3 foot tall, and had less hair on its body than the adult one. But the little one looked the same as the bigger one, just younger. A deformed head for a human, but still a human face within it. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's very hard to put it into words. I don't know what I saw, but it is strange. What looked like father and son, or an adult and child, hair covered all over, just standing there using the trees to hide at the side of the road. I wondered if they were just waiting to cross over. But how can these people hide when so many people visit this area? It just doesn't make sense. They look for all the world like wild people, or how you would imagine we once looked. I'm too scared to tell anyone in case they laugh, and I can't bring myself to tell anyone else. And my husband wasn't keen on me reporting this. But finding out there are other reports makes me feel better. I was going to go to the police, but my husband says they will report me to the authorities under the Mental Health Act. A local Teenage Myth, says that the forest is home to a the local myth says that the forest is home to a tall, hairy man whose eyes glow red in the dark, and there is a chance that this is a modern version of the tree spirits that were once said to live there. I got thrown a little bit then because when her husband said that they would report her under the mental health, I know exactly what that feels like, to see something and to question yourself over and over and over again. Kind of took my breath out a bit. It was a little bit like going back. I know exactly what that feels like for people to say, oh, no, you didn't, oh, you're crazy, or don't tell anyone that, you'll end up at the doctors and stuff. But getting back to the report, Nick Redfern reported in one of his many books, A Curious Case from the Forest. Another report from Sherwood. I received a phone call today on the 4th of December 2002 from an elderly gentleman. Sorry, I'm just trying to get myself back together again. From an elderly gentleman who has requested anonymity for obvious reasons, claiming that he saw a large hairy hominid, which is approximately 7 to 8 foot tall, in the vicinity of Sherwood Forest approximately 20 years ago, around 1982, and he was in a couple, and he wasn't the only witness, as his wife also saw this and confirmed his account. It was around 11:30, and they were driving the car along the Budby to Wallerton Road, just before the Edwin Stowe turn-off, and then he saw this hominid run across the road, and he thought at the time it may have been a prank, someone dressed up maybe, and he hasn't spoken publicly of it until this day, and he didn't see a face. He doubts it was human, as this thing just moved too quickly to get a good look. though they didn't stay around to find out. After a plea to the general public for further information concerning the Sherwood Forest thing, which appeared in the Nottingham Evening Post on the 28th of November 2002, Nick Redfern received a phone call from a very quietly spoken gentleman stating that he was in these woods the night previously and witnessed a dark, hairy figure in the trees. Its eyes were red, he said. It looks like Sherwood may have a few more mysteries than the ones we already know about. Watch out, Robin Hood. It looks like there are more than outlaws in Sherwood, and there probably have always been. Sherwood used to be a massive forest. I think at one point it stretched from one part of England to another. It's broke up into lots of small woods now, but we have accounts around it, like the Lost Car Wood, and I'll bring that account to you next time. So yeah, if somebody tells you a tale like this, don't instantly disbelieve them, because it can still be with them 35 years on. Until next time, good night.